Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the very first episode of Behind the Character, a channel dedicated to uncovering the lives, secrets, and legacies of the most fascinating personalities from around the world and throughout history. Today, we're kicking things off with a figure who didn't just change music, but also transformed popular culture, Sir Elton John. An artist who broke barriers, gave us unforgettable anthems, and through his personal life taught us that authenticity and perseverance can make a difference. So, settle in, get comfortable, because we're about to dive into a story full of music, excess, reinventions, and also love. Early years in musical formation. Elton John was born Reginald Kenneth Dwight in 1947 in a quiet neighborhood of London. From a young age, music ran through his veins. By the age of 3, he could play songs by ear, and at 11, he earned a scholarship to the Royal Academy of Music. But not everything was easy. Although he had a bright future in classical music, Reggie, as he was called, dreamed of something different: rock and roll. That rebellion would lead him to leave the academy and pursue a completely different path. Bluesology and the birth of Elton John. In 1962, he formed his first band, Bluesology. It was a rhythm and blues band that played in pubs and backed up visiting American musicians. It was in this group that Reggie decided to reinvent himself and create a new stage name. He drew inspiration from two bandmates, Elton Dean and Long John Baldry. And that's how the name that would make him immortal was born, Elton John. Meeting Bernie Taupin. In 1967, something happened that would change music history. Elton and a young poet named Bernie Taupin responded to an ad seeking new talent. Their work was paired together, and one of the most successful creative partnerships of all time was born. Taupin wrote the lyrics, Elton composed the music. They rarely worked in the same room, but together they created pure magic. From this union came songs that are still part of our lives today. What's your favorite Elton John and Bernie Taupin song? Let me know in the comments. Breakthrough. Your song and the glorious 70s. His debut was in 1969 with Empty Sky, but the real breakthrough came a year later with Elton John, which included Your Song. This track catapulted him to worldwide stardom. From there, it was a string of hit albums. Honky Chateau with Rocket Man, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player with Crocodile Rock, Anand Daniel, and of course the double album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, his masterpiece. This album sold over 30 million copies and gave us gems like Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets, and Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Worldwide fame and extravagance. During the 70s, Elton John didn't just dominate the charts. He revolutionized live performances with extravagant outfits, feathers, impossible glasses, and unstoppable energy on stage. It was impossible not to watch him, impossible not to remember him. Elton was a total showman. Personal life secrets and revelations. But behind the glitter, there was another story. In 1976, he told Rolling Stone magazine that he was bisexual, and in the 90s, he came out as gay. His love life included a highly publicized marriage to Renate Blauel in 1984, which ended in 1988. Elton admitted he had been living a lie. True love came in 1993 with David Furnish. They entered into a civil partnership in 2005 and legally married in 2014. Together, they have 2 children, Zachary and Elijah, via adoption, battling addiction. During the 70s and 80s, Elton fell into the spiral of drugs, alcohol, and bulimia. These were dark years that nearly destroyed him. In 1990, he decided to go into rehab. That was his rebirth. Since then, he's been sober for over 30 years, and he always says that this is his greatest achievement, even more than the awards. Do you think Elton's story can inspire others to overcome addiction? If you're enjoying this journey through Elton John's life, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming episodes of Behind the Character. And if you want, leave a comment telling me which personality you'd like to see in the future. Activism and the Elton John AIDS Foundation. In 1992, he founded the Elton John AIDS Foundation, which today is one of the largest in the world fighting HIV. It has raised over $600 million and helped millions of people. Elton turned his personal pain into a driving force to help others. Beyond pop musical theater. Elton also shone on Broadway. He composed the music for The Lion King with the unforgettable Can You Feel the Love Tonight, which won him an Oscar. He also created Ada, which earned him a Tony, and Billy Elliot, another hit that moved audiences. Awards and honors: 5 Grammy Awards, 2 Oscars, 2 Golden Globes, 1 Tony, 1 Emmy. By 2024, he became one of the few people in history to achieve EGOT status. He was also knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1998 and received the Order of the Companions of Honor in 2020. Farewell to the stage. In 2018, he announced his final tour, the Farewell Yellow Brick Road Tour. Over 330 concerts worldwide, seen by 6 million people. It ended in 2023 in Stockholm, closing more than 50 years of live shows. Legacy and influence. Elton John is much more than a musician. He's a symbol of authenticity, creativity, and resilience. He showed us that you can fall, but you can also rise. That being different is not only valid, it can become your greatest strength. What does Elton John mean to you? A musician, a fighter, an icon. And that brings us to the end of this journey through Sir Elton John's life. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Behind the Character. If you liked the video, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, give it a like, and share it, because it really helps us keep growing and bring you more stories like this. Catch you next time, as we reveal another life, behind the character.